Welcome to the final part of Super Mario Land 2.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And here we go. And here we go again. And now we're fighting that thing.
Ghost eels.
No, a fish.
A fish without a head. Because, you know, a kid's game.
Sure, why
A
not?
family game.
Jesus Christ, Totoka-san.
And then that's the problem. Usually Totaka has never been that
Totaka.
bland or bad.
No,
Honestly.
Totaka's awesome. It's just that, god damn it. Could you come up with any other song, please?
I guess it's the same of Jake Hoffman in Godzilla Domination.
No, actually, that's two different things. I mean, the soundtrack of Godzilla Domination doesn't constantly reuse the same thing over and
No,
over.
I mean having a great composer not performing well.
I'm not seeing it either, because Godzilla the Domination, the soundtrack actually was awesome.
I can't
Argue.
remember a single track from that one.
Me neither.
Well, that's huge, Wibs. You tend to not really think highly of those kinds of soundtracks.
It's also Pedro as well in this case.
And me.
Sorry, Joe.
Joe. 3-1. Although that doesn't.
Well, I guess Job has more experience with the game itself, so he may remember more of it.
That too. Also, you had to be a fan of.
Dun, dun. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're fighting Witch Hazel, apparently.
Well, actually, that's more like a
He
Kamek.
looks more like a Kirby enemy than a Mario enemy. Also, she's become a smiley face, smug face when she get it. Great. Okay.
And that was it.
That's
Oh, trust me, Dwebs. Just in the latest part of Wario Land 1 that I recorded, I defeated the most recent boss in like 7 seconds.
Alright, so what's next?
Okay, next is Mario Zone.
Wow, Mario had the whole
Oh,
zone
I mean,
dedicated to himself.
A
Well, it
giant.
is his residence island.
So
Jesus
here's
Christ, that's creepy.
a giant robot of Mario, because apparently in this particular continuity, Mario is a huge egomaniac.
If this is Mario Zone, couldn't you have built like secret passages or something to help him get through this level quicker?
I wouldn't be surprised if Miyamoto took a cue from this zone when he made the clock zone for Mario 64.
Or, well, it reminds me more of, what's the name? That retro zone where you have to use the spring power-up in Mario Galaxy.
Oh, you mean toy?
Yeah.
The toy, okay.
Galaxy.
I guess you can also see it that way. So yeah, fly
Still
away.
breaking the game.
Yeah, fuck you, bunny ears.
I can, well, you know, I've probably already said, but it's funny. Not even Zelda had the power-up that was that game-breaking.
Yeah.
Although apparently stuff like that one thing where they purposely put it out of the reach of the bunny stuff does suggest that they were actually expecting this, apparently. I guess they put it in as something to make it easier for players who didn't want to do it hard.
No,
I guess,
Mr.
Which was
Bell.
a thing for Nintendo.
I guess we already knew that people already broke the game with Mario World and the
Dun,
cave.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, true.
And Mario's tripping balls.
Yeah,
In his own zone.
dude, too many mushrooms, man.
Oh look, checkpoint.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. And now this.
Okay. The jumping thing.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a platformer, so it's not supposed to have too much logic into it, but wowie.
There
A
we
Mario platformer of all
There we
things with logic. Oh, hey.
And the bear spinning on a ball. Okay.
Wow, that level was so tricky.
go.
Okay.
There we go.
And you got exactly the same thing.
Well, I'll take it.
You know, I don't wonder if the game is this easy. Dwibs, why did it take you so long to actually get to? Well, I forget. Where'd you say you got to after all those 10 years?
Robot thing.
I got to the final zone, but I didn't quite beat it.
Well, to be fair, the final Mario's Castle can be a bit iffy if you're not particularly good at platformers.
No, he said he just got to the final castle.
Well, that's Mario's Castle. That's the final zone.
No. What I'm saying is like, well, it took him 10 years to get to that, not so much dealing with it itself.
Ah, okay. In that case,
Actually, I think it might have been like 12 or 13 years, actually.
Huh.
Yeah. Wow. I'm so
Good
bad.
use of the bunny ears, eh?
I'm so bad at platformers. On and off, it'll take. I do them on an on and off basis. It takes me 13 years to get to the final level.
I don't like these particular crane sections because they're such a pace breaker. I mean, basically, just let this thing grab you and just wait for like 10 seconds.
You could just jump onto the bar above.
Actually, I think if you try, you bump your head on that thing.
No, you don't. You go through it.
You do? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, actually. Never mind then.
It's treated like the usual bar thing. You know, like, well, the things that will lower you down, but as long as you jump constantly, you'll be able to go up. Sort of like the tilter... the spinning cylinders in usual Mario platformers. The sideway ones, anyway.
Yeah. Fuck this section. I can do this.
Aha!
Oh, there you go. I need it for this bell at least. There you go.
There we go.
Done.
Alright, now what are you going to get this time?
Free
lives.
Hey.
As if you need any more at this point.
Well, still useful.
It depends, dude, Miracle, because, like, if you don't have the bunny ears around this, there's a reason they left the crane.
Hey, and now we're stepping on leg. My feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lego Zone.
Remember to bring your shoes, or your feet will forever be in pain.
Yes, we're so dangerous that Lego released actually a specific line of slipperies. That's anti-Lego.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Is-
Were they in the Lego movie?
I
No.
don't remember.
No.
No, I think they made it last year or so. After
Okay,
Lego.
when the sequel comes out, they should make that a plot point.
It depends.
Isn't the
if
plot
they
point
means to.
pretty much Duplo invading or something?
Yeah. Hey, you know what I wonder? I wonder if the sequel will actually be an adaptation off of the Lego Universe toy line / video game series.
I don't know.
That would be awesome.
The only thing I really want is more relevance to Bionicle.
I never cared for Bionicle, honestly. I've only seen the first movie, and the first movie was a piece of crap anyway.
Trust me, Pedro. The only thing that really Jesus Christ.
And now we're gonna fight the 3 little piggies.
What are we
got
going
crushed
to-
by one.
Yeah, what they have to do with a Mario toy?
They felt.
Legend of Zelda. Let's just say that they're stay over from Legend of Zelda.
Basically, you got.
I mean,
Bounce on these 9 times.
to be fair, it wouldn't be the first time we had quite a crossover. Link's Awakening, anyone?
Mm-hmm.
But didn't we just have a bouncing one?
At
this
least
one
this boss
bounces
theme is
differently.
different.
They run out of ideas, Webs.
Oh.
Basically, they bounce a bit differently, with a bit of a different angle, and also a bit of a different trajectory path.
Okay.
There
That's
we
a
go.
wrap.
And now we got the Mario coin.
Huzzah!
Woo!
Now it's only one more coin and we can enter the castle.
And face off against whoever this mysterious new bad guy is.
And where do we get this coin from?
We know who it is. It's Wario. It's written in the
We
manual.
get it
Jova.
from... Oh, never mind.
Take a
Damn you,
suspense page.
spoiler!
That's the thing, Jova. Back in those days, all of us, whenever we got the game from the shop, while we were coming home, we were always reading the manual, so we always knew ahead of time.
How lucky you landed on the break.
Remember-
Exactly. But
remember
remember,
that-
Paige, we're thinking in the more modernist times, of course. And we don't have manuals to tell us that
True,
sort of stuff.
but at this point, everybody in the world knows who
Wow.
Wario is. So
Okay.
Pedro, never underestimate the world.
Power
There
of
are still-
Captain Timo.
there are
Where
still-
are we?
Pedro, there is still a sizable amount of people who don't
Wait.
know the twist of stuff like Final Fantasy VII or Star Wars Episode 5.
So we're
Right.
inside the turtle, and yet we're on dry land.
Yes.
Are we in a Stephen King book now?
Nah, Stephen King ones are either a bit more weird
No,
or
I mean, remember, Jova, the turtle holding up the world and everything.
It looks like Mario's giving the salute while he's flying.
I don't think he's ever done a turtle holding up
He's
the
actually
world.
holding his hat.
What if he's giving the finger? Fuck you, I can fly.
Dweebs,
you,
you really need
Labo.
to work on your very black mind of thinking. I mean, seriously, you're starting to put Edgar Allan Poe to shame.
There we go.
Or Brothers Grimm.
It will never leave, Pedro.
Alright, so what this time?
More or
Three
less.
lives again.
Like I said, like I need them. I've already gotten like how many? I don't even know. I even lost count at this point.
We'll see the live counter.
17.
17. There you go. And now we're in a sub.
Yep.
Bob, bob. Bob.
So we went from a beach into a submarine.
As the map indicated.
Seems.
Oh, so Shovel Knight was taking inspiration from this level, aesthetically.
Well, Shovel Knight took inspiration from lots of old games, so.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I'm glad
But
Mario
it's nice
doesn't-
to know what it was particularly taking inspiration from for that level. And yeah, I definitely see it here.
I'm glad Mario doesn't have an underwater time limit.
Yeah.
Actually, it does, Dwebs. It's right there in the
okay.
corner.
No, I meant underwater.
Oh, that.
He means a breath meter.
Air
of-
bubble thing.
Yeah, he only had it in. He only has it in the 3D games.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, you can't get through here.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, it's a nice enough theme by itself, but
Yeah.
Overused. Yeah, I know.
I guess maybe like something. One of the producers of this mentioned like you know what we need the previous game didn't really have a central music theme, so you know, like the other games. So can we have one here?
I know, but good lord.
And then
I
Totaka's
mean-
like, okay, there you go. Here's the theme. All right, fine. We'll just roll with that.
Okay.
What I really want to hear is an explanation for the invincibility theme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that will be a great explanation.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the soundtrack may repeat itself, but dear lord, at least it has standards aside from this invincibility theme.
Fortunately, actually, well, Wireland 1, I don't think that Wireland 1 doesn't have an invincibility power-up, surprisingly.
well, at least who's the composer again?
For Wireland 1, I don't know.
Oh no, of this one.
Totaka-san.
Oh, at least he gave us a good Wii Sports soundtrack, at least.
Oh no, Totaka's a great composer. It's just that in this particular one, I think he was feeling a bit lazy.
I don't get that inkling, but yeah, I will agree that there does come a point where, yeah, the theme gets repeated a bit too much, and it's not disguised as well in other parts. It's not a bad soundtrack, mind you, but yeah, I heavily prefer the first Mario Land soundtrack over this.
I actually really like the Wireland 1 soundtrack and the Wireland 2, but basically the Wireland soundtracks.
Come on, I've got to get to the other side.
Waves.
Come on, Dweebs, your Italian impersonation's getting even worse now.
How
Yeah.
are your fingers recently?
Remember, how many times do I have to keep telling you this? Only Martinet gets a pass.
And me, because I'm
And
good enough
you
at
missed
it.
the bell.
Excuse me, Trova.
When I'm doing the Mario particular one, I'm not gonna try and, pass off as
You're
a
not
pet.
even from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Hey! Not from Brooklyn, hey. New York City.
Oh,
And you
fuck
missed-
you stupid minigame.
Oh, come on, Pedro. It's not like you need it anymore.
Basically, I was thinking, should I go back and get something? whatever.
Off to Turtle
We're
Zone in the belly of
inside
a whale.
And now we're in Monstro's belly.
And it's
Oh,
called
nice.
Turtle Zone because there are turtles here, I guess.
Funny.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. The layout is even almost the same.
Yeah.
What were you referencing?
Kingdom Hearts 1.
Kingdom Hearts.
I wouldn't be surprised if Square Enix took inspiration from this for the design.
Well, Nomura said that Nomura said that his original
Sorry,
idea
I
for
couldn't hear what game you referenced.
Kingdom Hearts 1.
First Kingdom Hearts. They
Okay.
used the monster. They used the word monster for the way they love Pinocchio.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look a lot like it, especially with how they.
I mean,
artistically draw the
remember,
sides.
it's not the same of one of a movie, so they probably have to take it from here, I guess. So,
Yeah. Basically, well, that makes sense because Nomura's original plan with the original concept with the Kingdom Hearts series was after he played Mario 64, he wanted to do this similar kind of game, a game with characters that would be, very easy for people to get into. So
inside the beach.
so later when Square Enix announced, okay, we need a guy who wants to volunteer to make a crossover between Final Fantasy and Disney. Nomura volunteered because he felt that could fit with his idea, and that's how Kingdom Hearts came to be, basically.
And that's how Kingdom Hearts. was
Actually, the more interesting stuff is that the very first original concept, how Square Enix went to that, was basically a joke between a Disney, the
elevator story. Yeah,
developer in an elevator.
Everybody already knows the elevator story. That's the one people all but usually people don't usually.
Might as well bring it up for the sake of the audience.
Wow,
There we go.
that was fast.
Yes.
Might as well bring up the elevator story for the sake of the audience.
Anyway, last coin. So I guess we can enter now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, prepare for one of the most awesome fanfares in this game.
Of this
Well,
one?
right after this one. Right after the door opens.
Jesus.
Da-da-da-da.
How creative! I bet it took him like 5 minutes to come up with that one. It's something when Nobuo Matsu can come up with a better theme in just like 11 minutes.
All right.
Here we go.
The
Not really seeing where you're coming from, Dwebs. I mean,
All right. So off screen, I got myself some more bunny ears. So let's do this.
But again, we should reference it for the sake of the audience, like you say, Joba. Basically, audience, the what's it called? The interlude or the
I know what
the
you're talking
prelude.
about. It's
But,
like,
yeah,
I don't
the-
get the comparison
Yeah,
because the fanfare was actually nice enough.
Yeah. The prelude took him like 11 minutes or so to make. I mean, I bet they took this guy exactly the same amount to make that thing
Fuck you, Piranha Plants.
What, the fanfare?
the one you just heard when he opened the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
I take it you don't like that.
Yeah, I didn't really like that theme. I mean,
Also, what exactly are those globes? They remind me of something.
I'm
but
guessing
Those
they're
are
trapped,
sort
but
of
they're
like
by
giant
Wario.
spike balls.
Or
Or
it's like the most generic evil fanfare you can come up with.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself, but yeah.
This will be Jova's catchphrase throughout this commentary. Speak for yourself.
Nah, not really. Because you've got me beat when it comes to the catchphrase.
Hey, woo. Why you're playing the pronoun game?
Okay. So
Oh,
now,
Wario
what-
punches.
yes. Okay.
Is Wario experimenting for WarioWare?
My problem with this particular section is that basically, if you touch that particular part of the ground on the middle, there you go. That activates the punch. I mean, think about this. How is a newbie gonna be able to even know this in advance? And remember, there's no way to avoid that thing. Like, you kind of have to take a hit.
Yep. Well, there is a way to avoid it, mind you, but it has to be very precise. However, yeah, it is unfair to a newbie who has no idea that stepping on that is going to trigger it.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible to avoid, but it takes a lot of timing.
Yeah.
Patience and the look of it. But at least it gives you a lot of time. How much do you have? 700 odd seconds?
Well, time has, when you really think about it, time has never been, the time limit has almost never been an issue in Mario games.
It has become an issue in
Aside
Super
from,
Mario.
yeah, I know that in New Super Mario Bros. Wii U, there are specific levels that uses the 100 limit, 100
not
seconds
just that.
limit.
I wasn't talking mainly about that, but there's this one level in Okay. There are a few levels in Super Mario 3D World, but one that takes the cake is one where you have to do a whole boss gauntlet. You have to go into room after room. Now, dealing with the bosses themselves isn't that tough. What can be an issue is when they move around so much, it's hard to get them all defeated, and you have to do that within the time limit, which can be a bit of a pain.
So now we're fighting all glowing balls with Wario's face in them.
Is he trying to compensate for something?
Okay.
Again, I guess Wario was experimenting for WarioWare.
Well, really? We couldn't just do 3 of them?
I think the developers failed. That's a bit too much for this tiny
Or maybe
space.
they couldn't fit 3 of those things in the same room without making it too chaotic.
Alright, so here's a little mushroom for the boss. So let's fight Wario.
What was the poison mushroom?
We weren't that.
Ah!
I love Wario's laugh. that's so Game Boy.
Yeah.
So
It's like looking into an ugly warped mirror.
So is this your plan,
Mario?
Wario? Running around like a chicken and bumping your butt into the floor?
This is before he became a bit more, shall we say, clever.
So what now?
Okay, basically this boss battle has 3 phases. So, and the game actually does give us a little bunny ears, so let's take them. Except he now also has bunny ears.
Oh shit.
God.
Yeah, we're gonna curse you.
That's cool. Also giving a villain a power up similar to the Mario one.
Yeah, they did. Super Mario 3D World did the same thing with Meowser.
And 3D Land to an extent with the bad guys using the Tanuki leaves.
True.
Yep. Okay, third phase, I guess.
Don't need that.
Let's see what else you got.
The Fire Flower.
Oh shit.
Giant fireballs.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's too
Tech chasing.
difficult.
Meh. Fireballs.
Okay. Spazzing. Oh. He's crying.
He hates to lose.
And that's it,
And
pretty much.
Stay out.
Okay, so basically, kicking Wario out magically turns the castle back to normal. So is this how
Typical Mario logic, Pedro. Once you defeat the boss of a castle, boom, Mario flag.
So
As the new Super Mario Brothers games told us.
So is this how the castle works? It changes appearance depending on who owns it?
Exactly, just
How
like in New Super
convenient.
Mario Brothers Wii and
And-
Wii U.
I guess. Thank you, Mario. Your quest is over.
For now.
Actually, it is over. Remember, it was in this particular continuity, Mario's done.
Yeah.
For now on, Wario takes over.
And so Mario gets to sit back in his castle forever and ever and ever, never having to worry about Princess Daisy.
And here's the theme again. Dun, 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 dun. All right.
So I guess final thoughts.
Yes, I really like this one. It's definitely a big improvement over the first one. It's still really short, but then again, it's a Game
It's a
Boy
Game Boy game. That's not an RPG.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty good. I still think the controls could do a little more work, and the level and the bunny ears need a bit of nerfing, because I pretty much blasted through this entire game thanks to them.
Nintendo, please nerf.
So yeah, but it's a pretty good game for its time. Go ahead, Jova.
Fun game. Yeah. Overall controls are an improvement. Soundtrack's not nearly as good as the first, but I like the theme and its many remixes. Introduction of Wario, keen, very nice. Yeah, the bunny item, if you can hold on to it, yeah, it needs to be nerfed. I guess, to be fair, a lot of people would often lose it, but if you kept on to it, oh boy, was it game-breaking. But yeah, definitely a fun game that, like the first Mario Land game, I recommend you give a shot.
Nice.
Theo, you go.
Okay. I really liked it, honestly. Huge improvement, of course, over the first one, especially considering both on the same console. And yeah, the problem really relies on just the bunny hood and the soundtrack pretty much. But aside from that, it's a fun game to pass some times, and definitely good for a mobile, well, for portable
Handheld.
console like the Game Boy was.
Yeah.
Babes,
Pretty much what you guys said, and yeah, I do like this music too. But again, like you said, I wish it had more themes than just da 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 da.
I guess
da, da, da.
Totaka back in the day was still experimenting, I guess.
Yeah.
If I recall, didn't he do a soundtrack for a game before this?
I think
Or was this his first Lukumba?
he did one before this, I think.
All right, everybody.
There you
See you for Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3.
So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
See ya.